Welcome to African Folk Tales with Nene. Today I will tell you a story of fear, betrayal, and courage. A story of a prince in black robes, a sister buried alive, and a brother whose sacrifice brought light to the darkness. My name is Kola. I was only 17 when it happened. Our village, Ejid, sat deep in the forests of Nigeria. When the king died, his son, Prince Diran, returned from abroad. But something about him was wrong. He wore only black, never smiled, and people began to vanish. First the old, then hunters, then children. No one spoke of it. Silence kept you alive. But when it was my sister, Tenny, only 12, silence was no longer possible. She was kind, innocent, and loved to sing by the stream. One morning she was taken, accused of stealing herbs from the prince's sacred garden. Lies. They tied her hands, dragged her before the palace, and the prince ordered her buried alive. I ran to stop them, but was struck down. When I awoke, she was gone, her cries already swallowed by the earth. That night it rained without end, and whispers rose from the soil where she lay. From then, the prince was never at peace. He wandered the palace at night, his eyes restless. One evening I saw him by the river hovering above the water, his head tilting slowly as black flies swarmed out of his mouth. He was no longer human. I knew then it was Tenny's spirit fighting back. So I did the only thing I could. I stood barefoot in the courtyard, raised a blade, and cut my own arm. Blood spilled, glowing faintly in the moonlight. The ground shook. From the soil, a cracked hand burst forth my sister's glowing white. The prince stumbled back in fear as her light rose, and his darkness scattered. He screamed, but the river swallowed his voice. His black robes sank, and he was never seen again. When morning came, I sat by the river, watching children play freely again. The village was safe, but I was not the same. My sister's laughter lived in the whispers of the wind, and I carried her memory like a scar. This is the story of how light defeated darkness, and how love, even buried, can never truly die. Thank you for listening to African Folk Tales with Nene. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more stories.